Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode for the Coaching Conversations podcast. Now, we are on Stitcher, we are on iTunes, and multiple different channels. Please check us out. Now, one of the things that you'll get out of our podcast episodes is a lot of content, a lot of strategy. It's not fluff, it's not concept, yet we really want you to engage with the content and let us know your feedback. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If there's topics you'd love to have us address, we would love to share them with you. Let us know your impact and let us know your feedback. How do we know after training if our leaders are really coaching? Currently at Progress Coaching, we're building a machine learning model that will actually measure conversations. People can record their conversations and then upload the transcript into this tool. Now, does that really depict the real world? Yes and no. So how do we really know that people are coaching? Think about that. How do we really know? Now, I want to share with you, and this was just at a relatively new client, where the leaders were in our cohort, which we call coaching pods, and they're talking about their coaching. And then we also meet with individual contributors, the people being coached. Now, we do a whole segment around approachability and coachability. We teach people, seek feedback, because conversations like this have to be multi-directional. And we sat down with the individual contributors of these leaders in the cohort. I don't think more than 2 hands were raised when we asked, how many of you are having regularly scheduled coaching sessions? Only 2 hands went up. Yet all the leaders said they were coaching. Now, let me defend the leaders. They might be coaching and the employees may not be knowing it. Yet, what information is being derived? What are we learning as leadership coaches? I want to introduce you to a concept called coaching cards. One of the things that we have developed here at Progress Coaching, and this is going to come off a little promotional, so forgive me, it's really around coaching with the end in mind. So let's say we're going to have a career coaching conversation or a motivation coaching conversation, and we're going to find out where somebody wants to go with their career. And a leader is going to have that conversation with his or her employees. How do we know that the conversation took place? And how do we ascertain what they learned? Wouldn't the boss of that leader want to know how the conversation went outside of just the narrative? So what we've actually built is something called coaching cards. They are modules, yet these are modules that collect information. So if a leader goes out and has a career coaching conversation, they are going to identify the current state, maybe the ideal state, maybe where somebody wants to go inside or outside the job. How do they have that conversation? Well, the coaching cards not only have an educational module, but they also have a downloadable PDF that gives them the exact questions to ask to have that specific conversation. And then what they do when they're done with the conversation is they fill out the form. Here's what I learned. Thus, coaching with the end in mind. Somebody asked, well, how is this different than training? I said, they can't fudge it. The only way they can fill out this form is to get the information. The only way they can get the information, and the person finishes the statement, is to ask the questions. I said, exactly. It is really exciting because it's a low-end technology solution with vast value. Here's the other cool thing. When the conversation is done, the person doing the coaching will put in the person that they're coaching's name and email address, but also their boss's name and email address for what we call scaled coaching. So if I'm coaching somebody named Susie and I'm having a career conversation, she'll get copied on it. Now, she might look at the results of the conversation and say, hold on a second. I don't want to become a first-time leader, and maybe I just misunderstood. It allows for clarity between the coach and the coachee. Now, if the coach also says, I'm struggling with coaching Susie, now my boss has visibility and can step in and say, would you like some help coaching Susie? Here's some great questions you could use to coach her. Full transparency. Here's the other part. When people complete our coaching cards, there's a reinforcement track. So once I complete this form, I will get lessons germane to that coaching card, whether it be teamwork, attitude,
self-awareness, emotional intelligence, active listening, career coaching, motivation coaching, whatever it is, we've identified very specific areas that leaders need to have conversations with their employees, and we've created what we call reinforcement tracks. The minute that form is completed, it's an integration to our coaching automation platform called Coaching Nudges that allows us to receive lessons or reminders of what we need to do germane to that topic, how to follow up with the conversation, what are some additional questions, how to take it to the next level, not letting the conversation sit on its own. If this intrigues you, reach out to us. There should be a link at the bottom of this post with a link to our coaching card information, and would love to share with you what we're doing. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.